Hi everyone, it's Tuesday afternoon around 5:15. This is your video number 319, closing comment for the day, and I remind you again, please subscribe, especially if you appreciate the work. Well, today was a reversal day of sorts, with the NASDAQ having its first down day in God knows how long. The Dow finished down around 396, 1.5%. The NASDAQ finished down 0.86%, down $90. The S&P was down 34 for 1.1%. The big loser was the Russell 2000, down 27 or 1.9%, and the transports dragging behind, down 108, 1.1%. What was especially evident during the day today was the distance that some of these stocks fell from high to low. Apple was as high as 378, closed 373 near the low. Amazon had a range of 3075 to 2990, and it closed down 50 at 3007. Baidu and Alibaba, the same situation. Boeing, which has more bad news from the airlines, including United's warning to people. I guess they are bound by the law to give people warnings if there are going to be layoffs, warned, in their words, tens of thousands of employees today. So Boeing was never up, opened down, and the range was 185 to 179, also closing on the low. The star of the day was Walmart, which is offering Walmart Plus, which is their equivalent of Amazon Prime. They're going to charge $98, same day grocery, next day product. And while that is good from the standpoint of the e-commerce and grocery side, it doesn't have Amazon Prime's streaming service or several other of the little perks. Nonetheless, in a day where the market was down 396, Walmart was up over $8, 126.95, up 806 or 6.78%, and that's about 55 Dow points. The bonds were up on what I would say was a flight to safety, no real reason, but they were up over a point. And I have the oil chart up here, and I put a chart out in the middle of the day in the Discord room. I was thinking that we might be able to close above this closing high at 40.73, and we did in fact get there. We got there yesterday and we got there today, but the fact is we didn't close above there. This is getting a little worrisome because what generally happens when you get these short range days that aren't making any progress versus a high up here, in the 41.63 area, a lot of the times you get a rollover, and we could easily come down and test 36 again. Let's see, Carnival Cruise Lines down $1.04, 6.7% on the news that they are going to cancel a bunch of fourth quarter and first quarter next year cruises. Levi Strauss had earnings today, or rather lack of earnings today. The e-commerce side was up 25, and after the stock had closed at 1384, down 57, when they printed that part of the headline, the stock ran all the way up to 1485. However, at the end of the day, it fell all the way back to 1310 and was trading in the middle, not much unchanged, maybe down 15 cents from the regular close at 1384. Novavax, which got 1.6 billion from the government to fund its vaccine generation, was up 25.12 or 32% at 104. And Nikola, which has been everyone's, oh, it's as good as it's the next Tesla, evidently isn't. On Thursday, it had a high of 65 and a low and a close of 57. I wrote it up in the market letter on Sunday night as basically long Tesla, short Nikola. On Monday, we had a high of 59 and a close of 48.80. And today, it never made a higher high than the prior close, opened at 47 and closed at 40.23, down $8.69. That's 17.76% on the day and 38% in 3 days. The gold acted really well. I want to pull up that chart for you because I think it is a continuation of what we started to see. It was down this morning and last night in the overnight, and yet after touching 1781 right into the support, it rallied up, made a new high at 1810.80 and closed, as you can see, 1809.90. So very strong. We sold half of what we had left in the Newmont calls. They cost $1.47. We sold half at 100% up at $2.94, and today we sold half again at $3.20. One thing I wanted to mention was that the JOLTS job opening numbers came out at 10 o'clock this morning, and basically they were 5.4 million jobs open, and that was up from just under 5 million. I forgot the market internals. The volume on the New York was 2-1 down. Advanced declines were 3-1 down. And over on the NASADAQ, they were about 2.1-1 down. Volume was a little lighter. The strong sectors were exactly what you'd expect: consumer staples and materials, and the weak sectors were finance, energy, industrials, and consumer discretionaries, also probably what you'd expect. And an interesting statistic that came across today that I happened to glom onto, this was this morning. The S&P is down 2% off the high. But if you go to the average, the median S&P stock, they are actually down 11%. So that should tell you just how narrow this move has really been. Okay, everyone, don't forget to subscribe, and have a good evening. I'll be back in the morning.